Hello and welcome, everybody. This is your host, Foster, and today I have a very amazing show lined up for you. Listen, stress comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes, different. It's different for all of us, right? And we all respond to stress in different ways. And sometimes there's chronic stress, there's mild stress, there's different effects of stress on all of us, also, right? But even though many of our stressors come from outside sources, the truth is you don't have to feel that kind of stress in your life. You can let go of almost all stress in your life. You see, stress is an inside job. And today we're going to start be talking about the how to really release stress really pretty quickly, and also how to get rid of the old programming that might be in your head that creates stress. And also, we're going to help you to live a more peaceful, joyful life. How cool is that? Can we deliver on this? Absolutely. And I'm going to help you to really have more peace of mind, more calmness in your life today. And my very special guest is Lyndsey Van Sickle. And if you don't know Lyndsey Van Sickle, Lyndsey, welcome. First of all, I'm going to tell people about you in a second, but welcome.
Thank you. Been
It's
so
really
thrilled to do this together.
It's so good to have you, man. I just love, Lyndsey and her husband and I have become, my wife and I have become friends over the years, and this is the first time we've had Lyndsey on the show, so it's a pleasure to have you here. And let me introduce you a little bit formally. Lyndsey is a compelling and a resilient keynote speaker. She knows what it is to live under immense pressure and sees how the stressors of our daily life block productivity and passion. And Lyndsey is the author of the book we're going to be discussing, the Black Book, and she's a member of the National Speakers Association. She's a wife, a mom of four, and she has a passion for speaking, living outdoors, and helping people to go from stress to peace. Lyndsey, it's so good to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been so happy about this. Can't wait. This is my favorite topic.
Well, let's talk about what motivated you to get into the creating the little black book that we're going to be talking about today, and to help people to let go of their stress.
It was really my story. I got to be, believe it or not, to my late 20s without letting myself feel hardly any of the feelings that had come up, let alone the traumas, the experiences, the hard things that I'd gone through. Those things that need acknowledgement in life, I had pushed them away so much for so many years that by the time I was in my late 20s, they were just piled sky high. And you know what that does? It's just the pressure, right? And I remember sitting on my bed one day, and I had 3 kids by then, about 10 years ago, and I could just feel all that weight on my chest, all that pressure, everything. I like to say it's all the things I didn't say. And as I was feeling those, I took out my journal and I was just going to write some of those mundane details about life and motherhood. And I snapped that day. Something was different. I knew, a part of me knew if I didn't start to acknowledge or do something with all of that pain, everything that felt too scary to look at, I was going to just stay in depression and anxiety for a lot of my life. I mean, Ken, you and I go way back. Like, you know how real some of the struggle was. It just didn't
Yeah.
seem like there was any other way, and I knew there was nothing to lose. And so, honestly, this is what gave me the idea for the Black Book. That day, I ripped the page out of that nice journal and I just said, I'm going to say whatever I need to say. There's nothing here to lose. And I went at it. I told myself I would tear up the paper. And because I had that permission, my mind just acknowledged everything that felt unfair, that was unjust, that just seemed like there was no way I could feel successful in life because of, right? Dot, 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 all those things. I finally let them out. I mean, I can't even tell you, it felt like I was doing something really scandalous or wrong just to look at what I was feeling. It was that new of a thing to me.
Mm.
And
Wow. Wow, it's I think there's so many people that have that bottled up, um, old past experiences, hurts and harms and worries and concerns and stressors and everything kind of bottled up inside, right? Would you what a lot of the stress?
Yeah. Did you say what were some of those stresses?
I said, do you think that all those stress? Yeah, what are some of the stressors, and do you think that's what causes the stress?
Yeah, I think that's what I've come to realize. The cause of stress isn't at all our stressful jobs, our stressful lives like we think it is. Even it's not even right the traumas, these hard experiences of life. It's our ideas behind all of that. And what I've realized is that those things that we don't say, they really are the cause because anything we don't say, we're not willing to look at, then there's a fear, right? I know Ken and I have talked a lot about that fear. And that fear has a power over us. We might think it doesn't. We might say, oh, this doesn't matter. It was so long ago. You asked where they come from. Maybe it was something that happened in school, being picked last for the team. Bigger, bigger traumas that so many people are experiencing, having maybe the divorce of a parent or the death of someone close to you. We can tell ourselves we've moved on, we understand what happened, but we can't lie to ourselves, right? Our soul needs to be heard, needs to say those things that might be hiding. Because once they're not hidden and not pushed away, then we're free. There's nothing to be scared of, and we accept those parts of us. The pressure, the things that make stress feel so heavy, they just naturally release.
Well, I love that, Lindsay, and there's a lot that's been written about stress lately. I mean, it's a national epidemic actually, and if people don't get rid of their stress, what happens is they end up with health challenges, they end up with broken relationships, they end up with just kind of living a mediocre life, just trying to get by. And I bet that's probably, I know where you were at one point. You're just trying to handle what's coming up, but that's no way to live. So, how do we go from stressed out to stress free?
It's totally what you said. It's counterintuitive because we're so busy, right? Who has the time to stop and do some self care? But I can tell you, we get taken down professionally if we don't do that personal work. So, some literal hands on things you can do is first, pause. When you feel a feeling or some stress come up, like we all do, it's easy to find one stress these days. As soon as you feel it, take a pause. Or if you really can't pause, put a note in your phone. And then later, give yourself permission to say what's really going on. For me, it's about the shred writing where I know paper will be torn that will let me really say what's underneath. Then you're taking your power back. You're finding permission for yourself. And then you start to see all the possibilities that are out there. You start to see that the stress doesn't actually have to be so heavy.
A lot of people think that it's not that easy to let go of their stress. I mean, it's like you're saying like, well, here's my pen, here's my stress. I can just like let it go by writing. Is that true?
I would have I would have been mad listening to myself 5 or 6 years ago or because it sounds really, and I don't mean to make the big problems that are going on, the huge weights that are on our chest, to not make those seem valid in any way. It's the hiding from them. It's the idea, right, that they're so wrong. Because what has society told us our whole lives, right? If you're working towards a goal and it feels stressful, or if you just can't handle things, right? There's this idea of make it stop. The stress is bad. What are you doing wrong? Right? It's all of those feelings. I like to just call it the judgment. It's all of the judgment that our experiences aren't okay, that we shouldn't be going through this, that really makes it so painful. So what if you really could just let it go just by acknowledging it, really looking at it?
I love that. Well, okay, listen, I got to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to take a little deeper dive into some of the stressors that may be difficult to really let go, but you have a solution. That's what I love. So we're going to be talking about the solution here in a little bit too.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now. If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Everybody wants a wider smile because having white teeth projects confidence and attractiveness. Power Swabs is as easy as snap, swab, and smile. You'll notice 2 shades whiter teeth in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days.
The thing I love about Power Swabs is the convenience. Break it open, just rub it on your teeth, and you're done.
So I noticed I have a lot more stains on the sides. So with the Power Swab, I was able to go in there and it really did work.
Just snap the stain out swab to remove stains from natural teeth as well as caps, crowns, and veneers. Then snap the whitening swab to whiten your teeth 6 shades in 7 days. With Power Swabs, there's no messy strips, trays, or lights.
Having shades lighter on my teeth in such a short period of time, it almost feels like cheating.
Try Power Swabs today and get 50% off your order. Plus, get a free Quick Stick pen and free shipping. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Hi, kendfoster here. Are you in a place that you would like to unleash the power within your mind? I teach a class. It's called The Limitless Experience. This is about intentional living. It's a great opportunity to learn how to operate your mind efficiently, expand your knowledge, tap into your inner wisdom, and connect with like-minded individuals who are evolving and making a difference in this world. This class is designed to help you unlock your true potential and achieve success in all areas of your life. By attending this class, you will gain valuable insights into your life purpose, legacy, how to get unstuck, how to break chronic patterns that are stopping your success, overcome limiting beliefs, and develop a positive mindset that will help you achieve your goals. I hope to see you soon at the Limitless Experience.
I've written a new book. It's called The Courage to Change Everything: Daily Strategies and Wisdom to Unlock Your Genius, your soul, and to transform your life. So it's daily strategies. I wrote this specifically because over the years I've noticed in my own life and in the lives of my clients that, listen, a little inspiration doesn't get it. A little wisdom doesn't get it. A little action doesn't get it. It's daily, dripping on the mind, dripping on those actions, taking specific focused actions towards your dreams and setting specific goals, right? Goals help us to transform the little self into the possibilities that we have in each of us. All of us are given dreams, and if you're sitting there and you're not manifesting that dream, it's just a little bit of you is chipping away every day that's not happening until you finally wake up and say, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to connect with something greater than myself, my force, my God, my life, my universe, whatever. I don't care what you call it. You tune into that force, and that's what's going to get you to the next level.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. I'm testing. I'm testing. I'm your host today, Kendi Foster, and we're talking to Lyndsey Van Sickle, who is an expert in releasing stress. And, I want to say this, Lyndsey, in my practice over the years, I find that, the mind is over our emotions, what you think you feel, emotions over actions, actions over results, and results over our destiny. So it really starts with that mind. I think a lot of times people feel like stressors are just outside of them. There's nothing they can do with their kids, with their husbands, with their jobs, with the weather, and those are all, quote, creating stress for me. How do we switch that mindset into the truth?
We all do it, right? We all see them as coming from outside of ourselves, and sometimes it really can feel real like that. It's about being able to face it head on and trust that even though you don't know what mindset might have created that or how to get out of it, trust yourself that you're going to show up head on and look at things and let yourself feel what's going on with that in the inner part of yourself. You could say your child self.
Well, I like that a lot. And that's right. So let's jump a little bit into the black book, right? Yeah, and first of all, let me ask you, why did you name it the Black Book?
I was driving on a long road trip and I just thought, I was thinking about my writing and what it does for me. After honestly 7 years of doing the shred writing that we're going to talk more about, I thought I've got to put this in a book. If anyone else could find this relief that was honestly monumental, it was a game changer for me, I need to somehow put it into a process. And as I was driving, I thought, it's kind of like, it's my black book. It's my safe place, that's what I've needed. And so I chose right then in the car, I called it the Black Book.
I love it. Here, put it on screen for a second. I want to see it.
Here it is, right here.
Okay. Look at that Black Book. Okay. And so is the Black Book just a free form journal, or is there steps to the Black Book here that people go through?
There are steps. It tells my process and story and other people who've gone through that I've done some research with. And then there's the prompts that I feel like have gotten me the deepest and have let me let go of the most on the pages. The process is fairly simple. You open up to a fresh page. Here's one right here that has a prompt. Okay. One of my all-time favorite prompts, if you just want a hands-on tip you can do right now, is ask yourself, think of the last stressful experience you had and say, I don't have anything to say about this, but if I did, what would it be? And then you free write. First of all, you set the timer for about 10 minutes so that you have a set time. You free write, zero judgment, zero spelling. Don't think through it. Just let all the words flow out of your mind and onto paper. As the words get on, your mind will know where to take you. Then you just breathe deeply. You trust when the timer rings, you rip the page out. It's easy to rip. You tear it out and you go over to the garbage and you just breathe really deeply while your mind is processing, knows what to do. Tear it and you throw it away. And then you move on and you'll feel a little bit lighter. It's this feeling of, this is how it feels to me. It's like my body and my mind are saying, thank you. Like, thank you, Lyndsey, for just saying what was already there. There's nothing new. It just releases its grip and its tight hold on me because I'm willing to see it.
You know, you said the mind knows where to go. That's interesting because, and maybe the heart knows where to go too. Yeah. Because there's a place in us that when when you're upset, when we're angry, when we're disheartened, feeling disheartened, the mind does know where to go. How does that work, Lyndsey? What is that about?
I don't understand it all, but that is one thing I know for sure, that life takes us where we want to go. And I've just learned to trust my heart, because we can't see it all at once, right? And I used to think letting go would be this big time-ridden process with a lot of money. And I needed someone for me to let go. But what we really need is to listen to our heart, and it will take us.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so what I think we'll do is we'll put up on the screen. Where can people get the Black Book, by the way?
So you can get it on my website, Lyndsey LYNDSEYV.com. I would love to hear if it's a process that can work if you love it, if you let me know. It's been so exciting to see just the life-changing things that can happen to people once they start really looking. It's like you're engaged at work. Things start to happen you don't expect to experience.
I love that, Lyndsey. So let me give it to my listening audience, because we have a very, very large listening audience, and they can't see us on the TV here, but it's Lyndsey, LYNDSEYV, as in Victor, victory. I like that. Lyndsey Victory at, let's see, what did I say? LyndseyVictory.com, LyndseyV.com. Okay, think about that. Yeah, and victory over your stress, right? Victory over these challenges. Lyndsey, I think stress leaves clues. And so sometimes we think we're not stressed out when we really are. And I'd like you to address that. Like, what are some of the clues that stress might leave?
Yeah. I know I need to shred right. When I start to feel snippety, short-tempered, that's a big clue for me. When my health, if I'm starting to get sick or my energy is low, a lot of these things I didn't realize they have an emotional tie to stress. When I don't feel excited to get up in the morning, I feel, honestly, the biggest one for me is just a feeling of heaviness. If you feel weighted down by life, we're meant to feel light. I know it's hard. We're in 2023. We're not always going to feel light. But the good news is when you feel some heaviness, you know that there's some pain. And pain is just a sign of something coming up to be looked at. So that's my biggest one.
Yeah, I like that. Pain is a sign, and I would say, plus that, say, things that aren't working in our life. That's a sign that something's going on underneath the surface that we really need to pay attention to. I would also, say that stress causes low productivity. It creates sometimes really problems in relationships, and on and on we could go. Not even talking about the health problems that people get with the stressors. So, all right, back to the Black Book. I want to put it on screen for those of you that would like to see it a little more. And it's Lyndsey and I are going to move over a little bit because this is the other way, Lyndsey. Okay, there we go. And you'll see why. Okay. So we wanted to put a couple of pages up in the Black Book so you could really see what it's about. And it's Lyndsey, how many pages is this book?
Oh, there's about 100. A lot of it is hands-on shred writing pages.
Yeah. How long will it last for somebody, do you think, that's got a lot of stress?
It's at least 3 months. It's about 3 months for people who have used it consistently.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And let me ask you this: in your own life, in the lives of your clients, what is the experience after you've consistently used this process?
The experience is, you start to feel like you have a safe place. Well, you might be asking yourself, what's the big deal there? In this world, when you know you have somewhere to go, when you're feeling stressed, that can feel really empowering. So you start to feel more powerful in your own skin, more comfortable in your own skin. Like you said, it becomes almost impossible to feel productive, have a clear mind when you're at work and weighed down. And so you'll start to notice people have felt more engaged. One really well-known speaker who's been doing a study with the Black Book, she said, Lyndsey, I'd already worked through and processed so much, but I was surprised when these layers that I didn't even know were there. And as she started to do the Black Book work with them, she said, wow, I feel even more like myself and I feel more energized. I didn't even know I was missing that. You know, someone else said, I didn't realize this was already just at the surface, just ready to be said. And so they feel relief. Relief is really common too.
Okay, well, I love all of this, and I love the fact that we're talking about it. And I want to give my listening audience a little idea about what life is like. And I know I've kind of asked this in one way, but what life is really like? What can life be like when you are stress-free? Like, how has your potential opened up since you've released your stress? Let me just ask you that and so others can get a feeling what happens here.
I thought life was something to get through, to be honest. The idea that it could be an enjoyable or exciting or something to look forward to was totally foreign to me. I didn't have a voice growing up. I didn't know what that would even feel like. In my mind, I got through the days, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, even some trauma. To release it has been everything for me, because I wake up and there's actually room in my mind to think, what would be fun for me to do today? What could I do that could add to the people's lives, to serve? It's that element that you have to have space for, right? As you release stress, you open up this space just for joy, to be honest. It feels a lot lighter, a lot more joyful.
I love it. All right, listen, I like to ask this closing question today for you. You've got the microphone to the world today. Not only streaming, we're on 185 platforms out there. So I want to ask you this, right? What is your message to the world right now around our topic around stress?
My message is that before stress gets so stressful and so heavy, there is a space, there is a chance to show up for yourself and to feel it, to give yourself permission to what's really going on. And it's easier than it seems. There's so much hope in following where your heart and your mind lead you, and just giving yourself permission to say it all, to get it all out. You will free the weights on your chest and just feel so much lighter.
I love it. You heard it here. This is Lyndsey V. Lyndsey, thank you so much for being here on our show. And you can get the Black Book at lyndseyv.com, LYNDSEY, V as in victory.com, lyndseyv.com. Lyndsey, thank you again for being here on the show. I really appreciate you being with me, man.
Thank you for having me. You've got this. We've all got this.
We've got it. We've got it. And for all of you, I'd like to thank you for being here and listening today. And hope for you that you will continue to look for and see the unseeable and know the unknowable and do the impossible in your life. Till next time.